OCD doesn't give a damn about your wishes. Now, I say that bluntly because I spent a large part of my life wishing away OCD. When I was in my teenage years, I spent a large amount of time, basically all my time, wishing, hoping, begging OCD away. Got me absolutely nowhere. Zilch. No return on my investment in wishes. Over time, over many years, it dawns on you the recovery comes from your input, comes from your change. The reality is, OCD recovery takes orders from beliefs, not thoughts. Okay? It needs to see that your catastrophized, awfulized thinking that's making things, oh my God, this is the worst, this is hell, I could never live like this, oh my God, that's my worst fear. That needs to come down to restore that baseline default peace that you once took for granted is back again. And that ain't the old you. People often say, I want the old me back, I want the old me back. That ain't the old you. This is a far advanced, improved you. This is a you that's overcome hard struggles. This is a you that has overcome your hardest struggle. Because let's be real, let's be frank. OCD takes you to the pits of despair. OCD takes you to a position where you think, shit, life was on easy mode before. So you have got to break down those irrational beliefs keeping you jacked up at 130% anxiety all the time. And that takes practice and persistence over and over till you recover. No better time than the present, November before 2026. Don't wait till January and say, in January, I'm going to change my life. That is what the amateurs do. The amateurs do that because they expect habits to happen on January. No. Why? Because soon February and March rolls around. And when February and March roll around, you're back to your old coasting and old habits and old ways. You need to change your life today on a random day for it to stay consistent, because you live a life of random days. We named the bloody days. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, January, February, March for the months. You have got to start taking recovery seriously, learning about recovery, application of recovery tools, consistently and persistently, and you will recover. It doesn't matter how long you've been stuck. It doesn't matter how severely you have been stuck with OCD. It doesn't matter what theme. It doesn't matter. None of that matters. You are not the exception. You are the exception. Good exposure there. You are not the exception. It makes it feel like you are the exception. It makes it feel like this is, it's not the OCD that's the problem. It's that outside thing. It's that thing in your past. It's that thing in your future. It's that thing in you. No. It's your perspectives and beliefs about anything that is making you feel chronically guilty and anxious today. I know, because it morphed 1,000 times for me. I suffered with taboo OCD. I suffered with real event harm OCD. I suffered with sensory motor OCD, existential OCD. Many more. Those are just names describing your fears. I was in OCD forums 20 plus years ago when those names were being coined, when we invented them in the groups. We'll label that lampshade OCD because you've got a fear of lampshades. I'm using that as a made-up example. That's all it is. There's no pure OCD. There's no ROCD. There's a fear of losing your relationship. There's more mental compulsions rather than external. That's why people describe it as pure OCD. You don't need these nonsense terms. All you need to know is that you are anxious because of your beliefs and catastrophizing. That is all. Don't even complicate it with any more than that. And now work to change your perspectives so you are no longer in a chronically guilty and anxious state. taxing your nervous system day in, day out. We know this. We have lived this day in, day out for years. There is no one on my team who didn't have chronic, severe OCD that took them to the edge. Everyone comes on calls and says, Rob, you won't have heard this before. I'm a very different case you won't have seen. Trust me, I've seen. The worst cases of OCD that exist on the planet have probably called me or emailed me at some point. I see the most severe cases. I see all the chronic cases from every country in the world. And that is no exaggeration. OCD is a disorder that does not discriminate. Doesn't matter what age you are, whether you're rich, poor, old, young, doesn't give a damn. But what it takes orders from our beliefs. That is at the core of it. That's where the work needs to be done. And we are here to help you do that work.